So while doing these curls, what we want to focus on is rotating our pinky towards the ceiling, contracting the biceps on top. While doing the contraction on top, you're going to be rotating your palms back down to get a little forearm action there. So just making sure you're using a weight that you could fully control, keeping the elbows close to the body, and keeping the core tight is crucial through this exercise. So what we want to focus on with incline dumbbell curls is basically just keeping the elbows tucked back and the shoulders stationary throughout this movement. And that's really to focus more on the biceps and less on the shoulders. Also really just focus on getting a full stretch all the way to the bottom, and then really contract on top while keeping your palms facing towards the ceiling. So with these spider hammer curls, what we're trying to focus on here is pushing those dumbbells together throughout this movement, and that's going to actually increase intensity of the contraction on the top. Okay, so you should feel this on your forearms and on the outer head of your bicep a lot. Also keep in mind we're trying to keep our shoulders stationary, and we're really trying to eliminate all momentum and all swing in here. So you should have a full control of that contraction and that stretch on the bottom. So with this one, the focus here is just to contract the biceps up on top. While you're doing the contraction, just go ahead and do a rotation so that your palms almost face down, and then lower them to the sides of your body. This is going to hit the forearms a lot and the biceps at the same time. So a good combo exercise. Just make sure you're using a weight that you can focus on the quality squeezes with. So right here, just pushing the tricep to the inner thigh, leaning over just a bit, and really just keeping the wrist straight, squeezing that dumbbell hard, getting that full squeeze up on top, and that full complete stretch all the way down. The most important thing you got to realize is to not lean back or to use the thigh as a momentum or as a pivot, the curl. Really just try to keep the arm pointed straight down throughout this movement, and use the opposite hand for assistance if you need it. For these incline dumbbell hammer curls, what we want to focus on is keeping those elbows tucked back the entire time while doing this exercise. Okay, that's going to allow for a deeper stretch and a better contraction of the biceps and brachialis muscles. Notice that my shoulders also stay stationary. They're not moving the weights forward and back. And really just focusing on the complete stretch also as you let those weights come down. So keep these tips in mind and really feel the burn on this one. Alright guys, this is probably my most unique exercise for developing the bicep peaks. So what we want to focus on is keeping that dumbbell close to our body on the negative and the positive portion of this movement. Okay, you can see how it does not leave my body the entire time. Also, I'm making sure that my palms are facing the ceiling throughout this movement, meaning that they're parallel to the ceiling. So I'm not dropping the weight all the way down, because then that would shift my wrist. Okay, so I'm only going about 75% down, focusing on squeezing my biceps at the top, and always focus on the quality of each exercise. Talk to you guys soon. So these dumbbell spider curls are an awesome exercise to really help focus on the peak or the outer head of the biceps. Alright, so you can see I'm on an incline bench about 45 degrees, and I'm trying to keep my shoulders stationary throughout this movement. That's going to help isolate the biceps a lot more, okay, because it's very easy to swing those weights up and back and using those front delts. Also, making sure that we're rotating the pinky towards the ceiling is a very fine detail that you can do in order to enhance the contraction on the outer head of the biceps. So focus on quality and the results will come. So with these preacher curls, we're going to be alternating right here, and the main focus is to push the elbows into that bench and keep both wrists straight. Okay, so that way we have activation on the forearms and the biceps while doing the curls. Also, what we want to do is stretch out about 90%, not all the way, and then focus on contracting each arm on top. So focus on quality, focus on squeezes, and really feel those biceps grow. So what you want to focus on when you're doing these alternating curls is rotating the pinky towards the ceiling as you're doing the curl in each arm. Okay, and doing that is basically going to activate the bicep to its fullest capability and really hit the outer portion of the bicep head. Also, make sure that when each arm is on the bottom that you keep each elbow slightly bent. This is going to help keep tension on the biceps throughout this movement, even when you're alternating to the other arm.